Low will drop down to near 40.
-10.
Bobby Portis, the Magic Man, arrives just in time.
9.
Matt Jones may take it to the house. And the dunk.
8.
Wilson will keep it. Nobody expected that.
7.
You got to get out of here. Bobby Portis with a go-ahead home run. Oh, my goodness.
6.
And that is Ken Hamlin.
5.
Number 5, you better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
4.
Look at the moves by Wilson.
Tough shot.
3.
Hagen Smith has tied the school record with 17 strikeouts.
2.
This is for Armstrong that goes down and makes a nice catch.
1.
Arkansas gets it right back. Council, and he lays it in.
This is The Morning Rush. Weekdays from 9 to 11 with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
To be honest, we know they don't got nobody over like 6'8", so, we got a lot of length on the team, a lot of taller guys, so leading up to this game, that was a big emphasis.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
As we are live at the Great American Conference Championship at Southside High School. I know that Michael Beaumont, Eric Moyer, and Will Pruitt, who's the GAC commissioner, and their entire team across, whether it's Fort Smith Athletics and Fort Smith Public Schools, the GAC and everyone else. I know they're really excited to have us out here, and we're excited to be out here. Tom, we got in at the right time. You heard that college basketball music coming in. It's tournament time just coming up next week in Nashville, Tennessee at the SEC tournament. We got a tournament right here in front of us here these next couple of days with the championship game on Sunday.
You hear that?
No. All right, let's try this one more time.
Try this headset.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this headset's bad or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But, it's great to be here at the Great American Conference Tournament. It's great that it has moved to Fort Smith. It's, for the most part, since the inception of this conference, has been in Oklahoma. And great to be here. We saw Ouachita Baptist warming up. They have a game at 2:15 today. Looks like the East Central girls are down on the court now, getting ready. So, should be a fun day of basketball starting at noon today here at Fort Smith Southside.
You got Arkansas basketball back in action 11 o'clock this weekend. Baseball team dominated yesterday, finishing out game number 1 and game number 2. Colton, not often you see 2 Grand Slams back-to-back games, but that's what we got a chance to listen to yesterday here on ESPN Arkansas.
Yes, it was a really, really exciting game yesterday for baseball. Just to have Kuhio walk it off and then turn right around and play another one. I know that Razorback fans were really excited to listen to that on the radio. And, man, it looks like this offense, they kind of came back from Texas, and they found their groove a little bit more here, going up against Charlotte and ULM. So turn around this weekend and play against a good Portland squad with some good pitching. So hopefully they can keep things going before we play SEC play here next weekend.
If you want to jump in with us this morning, you can do so on the Ludus Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. We're going to talk with Will Pruitt, GAC Commissioner, coming up in just a bit. And one of the things, as we've got a chance to do courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools this basketball season, so we got a chance to talk to a few of the coaches here about that. This is a college-level facility at a high school, which I think that regardless of what district you're in, you would walk into Southside or Northside here and be like, man, this feels like a smaller college type of venue with just the setup and the bleachers and where we're at right now. We're in the crow's nest here at Fort Smith's Southside, so we're happy to, again, be here the next 2 days at the Great American Conference Championships. And I know I'm excited because basketball is my favorite sport, and I look forward to these type of tournaments each and every year, just getting to see some great competition. Plus, you've got, again, local colleges in the state, so you've got tie-ins here, which is always great, and everything else.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. All right, that's where we begin today. We're going to get to our opening drive. You may have to give Will your headset because I don't know I've tried 2 different microphones.
Okay.
We got something else that it's going to take more time to figure out. Brought to you this morning by the Inn at the Mill. If you're going to the Northwest Arkansas for anything that you need a place to stay overnight, the Inn at the Mill is the place to stay. Conveniently located off the Johnson exit 69, close to everything in Northwest Arkansas. Big, oversized, spacious suites. It's the place to stay. The Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800. That's the Inn at the Mill, or online at theinnatthemill.com. Let's get to it. Our opening drive brought to you by First Financial Mortgage. All right, no intro? All right, that's where we begin today. Hey, like we've said, we're here at Fort Smith Southside. Will Pruitt is the commissioner, the only commissioner there's ever been in the Great American Conference. What year was that? Was it 10 or 11? But
2010.
2010. I knew it was somewhere in the Gulf South Conference. It was kind of the predecessor for a lot of these Arkansas schools, but it combined Arkansas and Oklahoma schools for those who aren't familiar. And Fort Smith's like, if you put a pin on a map in the dead middle of the conference, Fort Smith is that location.
So say, Tommy, it's almost perfect. I actually did the math on this. The exact center of the conference is about 3 miles west of Arcoma, and I'm not exactly sure that we'd have a great building like this to play in a field somewhere 3 miles west of Arcoma.
Yeah, and so give me the kind of the genesis of bringing here. You've had this event in Oklahoma for the basketball championships for several years, and really most of the championships in basketball have been Bartlesville or near Shawnee and some different places. Walk us back and let our audience know kind of how we arrived at being in Fort Smith this year and next year.
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. We've had great hosts in Bartlesville and Fire Lake Arena, which is just outside of Shawnee, and we came to a bid process. Typically we do a 2 or 3 year contract with all of our host venues for different championships, and we had hit the point that we were at the end of a 3 year contract, and we were reasonably happy with Fire Lake. They have a minor league basketball team that plays there, the Potawatomi Fire, that's been their league's champion for I believe 2 years running. Pretty good place, reasonably located, but we put the bid out to different communities, and Coach Beaumont and with the Fort Smith Public Schools and the folks at the Fort Smith Convention Visitors Bureau, we had 5 bids from communities across Arkansas and Oklahoma, and frankly, Tommy, they hit the bid process out of the ballpark.
Yeah. Well, it's great for this event to be here, and I know for all the schools, they'll like the shorter drive, depending on kind of where you're located. And for fans, it's going to be great. Tell our listeners why they should come out this week and what they'll see when they get here to see the best 8 men's and women's teams in a really competitive Division II conference.
Yeah, I think this is going to be, maybe the most competitive Division II basketball conference tournament going on this week. There's 23 conferences in Division II. It's very high-level basketball. If they're not in the GAC, but I would encourage folks get out and go watch UAFS. It's really good basketball played in Division II. We have a lot of alumni of our 12 schools located around Fort Smith. Come out, support your alma mater. But Tommy, there's going to be lots of good basketball. I'll be surprised if we have very many games that aren't double digits. And the quality, for all the issues that the transfer portal creates in my world and everyone in college athletics, it just shows how good the basketball that's played in Division II is, because there's so many kids now that are good Division II players that transfer to Division I schools, and they play really well when they go there. So it's very high-level basketball. If you love basketball, it's a pretty good deal. Come out, $12. You're going to get your money's worth.
There's a men's and women's game in kind of each session. Beginning at noon today, there'll be a women's game followed by a men's game at 2:15, noon and 2:15. Same thing this evening. We'll repeat the process tomorrow. And on Sunday, there will be 2 championship games. And much like we focus a lot on March Madness and the field of 68, there's a tournament just similar format, but 8 teams go to different locations, and they play to get to the Elite 8 in Division II. And it's just as big a deal to these schools and to these coaches and these kids as what it is to an SEC school or a Razorback fan.
Yeah, without a doubt, Tommy. All of these teams are playing for an automatic bid. We've got a few women's teams that are on the bubble. They're trying to get in. Division II, it's good in some ways. It's frustrating in more ways than that. We do have 64 teams in the championship, just like Division I before they went to the play-in games. And it's neat that we have 8 different regional processes. But the Central region, which we're part of, is typically the strongest one across the board. And imagine if the SEC, Big Ten, and ACC had to fight, and they only had 8 spots between them. So that's kind of what our schools have to face when you're in the Central region. But we've got schools that we've got some that are playing to try to get that at-large bid. Everybody's trying to get that automatic spot. So, automatic bid on the line, just like cutting the nets down on Sunday.
Yeah. Looking on the kind of the women's side, a little heavier, more weighted towards the Oklahoma teams. Harding is in this field. SAU is in the field for Magnolia, but a little more weighted in the top 8 teams on the women's side. You look at the men's side, and there's a good representation of the Arkansas schools in that half of the league geographically that made the field of 8.
Yeah, 4-4 on the men's side. And in a typical year, it's almost always 4-4, 5-3. We've had a few years that it's actually been the opposite on the women's side, 6 Arkansas, but Southern Nazarene, great program right now. Top 5 team in the country all of last year. They brought back Hannah Giddy, who may be familiar with their older brother Josh, who plays for the Chicago Bulls. Harding's been very successful in recent years. Round of 32 team last year. Those two are probably the favorites.
Harding's the 2 seed. They'll play at noon tomorrow against SAU in a 2-7 game. Some brand names our listeners might be familiar with on the men's side. Today at 2:15, the first men's game, Ouachita Baptist will play Northwest Oklahoma State. Arkansas Tech made the field. They're going to be there tomorrow. Be here tomorrow night at 8:00. Henderson State plays Friday at 5:45. So kind of gives you an idea. And Harding will play at 8 p.m. Friday. So it kind of gives you an idea of some of the schools that maybe as we're across the state here, people, I want to go and see my alma mater, or hey, my grandfather went to Harding or to SAU. That here's a chance to come see those schools.
Tommy, that's one of the really pluses of Fort Smith is, of our 12 schools, 11 are within roughly a 3.5 hour drive of Fort Smith. So, it's jump in a car.
And Alva's close to nothing. So
hey, and it's even only 4 hours from Alva.
Yeah, so there you go. All right, how do you get tickets? And we kind of went over sessions and game times, but let's make it easy for everyone to kind of get plugged in.
Go to GreatAmericanConference.com. All the tickets are online only. But we'll have the QR code you can scan at the door, $12 a session. And again,
that's for 2 games.
That's for 2 games. High-level championship college basketball. It's the best deal in town.
All right. We're going to be back tomorrow, so we'll kind of check in with you after day 1. I know you got a lot. I'm sure Greg Sankey isn't putting banners up and making sure replays ready in the media room. Commissioner of a D2 school isn't quite the jet-setting life of that Greg Sankey has, is it?
I always make the joke, Tommy. I don't think that Greg Sankey's going to Dollar General to buy the office toilet paper.
Will, great to see you. Thank you for having us out here.
Hey, appreciate it, guys.
All right, Will Pruitt, he is the commissioner of the Great American Conference, one of the good guys in small college sports, and glad he invited us out here for the next couple of days to let you know about the GAC tournament here at Fort Smith. And, Ty, I know you just like ball. If you like ball, this is a great place to come watch some really good basketball for the next few days. And if nothing else, get out here Sunday and watch the championship games. That'll be at a really high level.
Yeah, I think, like Tommy, if you don't have plans this weekend and everything else, this is a great opportunity, really not just this weekend, but starting right now. If you want to jump in with us again, do so on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. That is our opening drive with GAC Commissioner Will Pruitt, and it's brought to you by Ethan Adamson and his team at First Financial Mortgage. Ethan did right by me, and he'll do right by you. I know I got recommended by a friend to Ethan. You can give him a call right now at 479-782-9300 or check them out online at ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you. He's my mortgage lender. That's Ethan Adamson at First Financial Mortgage.
I bet you nearly everyone has someone, if it wasn't themselves, someone in their family, a cousin, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, somebody that went to one of the Division II schools in Arkansas. Well, everyone's got a connection, to Arkansas Tech or to Henderson or what. My dad went to Washita Baptist, so I went to Arkansas Tech. So I think a lot of people have a connection in a place kind of in their heart for what the old timers would say the old AIC schools in our state. So
if you, I think it's, like you said, always a connection and whatnot. I don't know. I had a few high school friends that went to Washita, and so I know they're still very much following their teams after the fact. I wanted to, tickets you can get online at greatamericanconference.com. I did see this ticket story that I wanted to tell you about.
All right.
So there's this Michigan alum named Kevin Brick. Have you seen this, Colton? I hear you in the you've seen it?
Yes, I
have. All right,
have.
so this guy had 164 different accounts that he would buy season tickets with Michigan. He would donate money and then sell them off through his company. Well, now, Michigan did away with, the resale process if you bought it. So now he is suing Michigan Athletics for the inability to buy those tickets and reap the benefits, i.e. the revenue he can make from that. So you know how you get mad when there's different bots and stuff on Ticketmaster? Think about the big house holds over 100,000 people. But think about the Michigan fans that still want to be able to attend games and want to buy season tickets, and they weren't able to because this guy was buying up way more season tickets and then selling them for far greater profit to make revenue.
I hope the judge throws it out from day one.
That he just says
he is
no.
One of the problems with America.
He claims in this lawsuit that the new policy was not mentioned in an email that was sent to season ticket holders prior to the start of the 2023 season. So evidently this is something.
You had 164
different accounts, donated millions of dollars.
I hope you have to put steak sauce on those, sir, and eat them for dinner.
And apparently his company is based in North Carolina, which I found kind of interesting on that.
All right, they taste good.
Hope
them tickets taste good.
Basketball-wise, coming back to what's happening in Fayetteville this weekend in Nashville, one of the things I wonder about, and I'm actually kind of curious next week when they play in Bridgestone Arena, is the idea of a team with just 7 players playing back-to-back or 2 games in a weekend. And so, obviously you want them to win that initial game on Wednesday, whether it's against Texas, South Carolina, or LSU, wherever it is. But with you only having 7 guys, unless Adu Thero and Boogie Flame magically come back, you'll have a day's rest during the NCAA tournament. But I do wonder how much of a difference that could make come postseason when they're having to play twice in a weekend or back-to-back days starting next week if they win on Wednesday. What that'll affect this team that only has 7 relative to other teams that haven't been injury-plagued like Arkansas.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, it's against the routine, but I think there's points in your early preparation in November. I think coaches probably plan hard practices and back-to-back days to replicate that at points in the year. So, I think we overlook I know it's a long season with wear and tear, but we overlook the youth factor. To be 19, 20, 21 years old, the bounce back and recovery at that age is much different than, trying to play 2 rounds of golf in one weekend for us.
So you don't think it's going to have near the impact that I'm potentially.
I think when you have a short bench, it's always a problem. But, there's also when you play well, when Arkansas played poorly at South Carolina, you didn't want to play again. When you played well the other night against Vanderbilt, you were wishing you could play Mississippi State the next day, right? So I think it cuts both ways. If you're playing well, let's lace them up and play again tomorrow. So if you're playing poorly, obviously you're going to go home anyway once you get into the tournament.
Nate Ament in town this weekend, according to several recruiting reports. He's one of the best players in this upcoming class. You've already got 3 really talented guys in Isaiah Sealy, Darius Acuff, and Malik Thomas. You might be adding another one depending on how this recruiting weekend goes for John Calipari and everything else. We had a chance to listen to Sam Pittman this morning. He's going to be with the media at 1 o'clock today. He was on the Chuck and Bo show earlier. We're going to play some excerpts and clips from that interview coming up in just a bit. But Tommy, before we know it, I know that spring break is more of what people around here are focused on, considering high school kids will get out for a week, teachers and everyone else. But before we know it, we'll have spring football to talk about.
Yeah, I think he said I was listening to some of that. They start on Monday, and, as any coach will say, they're excited about their team. They think they've done well in the portal. As good of players as they are, they're even better men. I think all the bullet points were hit in that this morning, but I thought the interesting thing was the retooling of the offensive line. That's been an area of problem for this team. And, they're going to have a spring game or an open practice we can watch. Coach felt that was good for his team, good for our fans, and I'm glad they're continuing that. As some schools, not, it's kind of painted like every school is going to be doing this. It is a small percentage of schools getting rid of that. And I think it's good for this program that needs to raise money and that needs to keep fan interaction up for a variety of reasons that, that they're going to have that this year. So I say all that I'm interested to see what this team's going to look like, and particularly when you focus in on how deep they can be or how deep they will be on that offensive line.
I think season ticket sales, because of the Notre Dame factor and the impact, I think they're going to be relatively good. I don't know that for factor or anything. I'd be curious to hear from someone with the ticket office or ask Ryan White that question. But because of the Notre Dame, like I had Notre Dame alums, and not Zach Arns, who's not a Notre Dame alum. He's just a fan. But
he's a sidewalk alum.
Yeah, he that were texting me. It's like, hey, what's it going to cost to get me in this game? And I said, it might honestly behoove you to buy season tickets rather than just buy that single game.
I may get that guy from North Carolina to help me out on selling mine.
Apparently he knows his way. I did see Bill Connolly, who wrote for SB Nation for a number of years now. He writes for ESPN. He has Arkansas, no surprise, in the top 5 toughest schedules in college football. You're only third this year, though. Oklahoma's at 1, Florida's at 2, Arkansas remains at 3. Does that surprise you, Colton, that they're just at 3?
I mean, that sounds like, the year before that and the year before that and the year before that. Just a walk in the park for the Razorbacks, right?
Is part of it. Florida had it just that they had UCF, Miami, and Florida State as non-conference opponents last year. I don't know if there was a tougher schedule in college football than what the Florida Gators had to face off against.
All right, you can call or text us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963, or you can listen from anywhere you're at with the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Be sure and download that in the Apple app or Google Play Store. If you have a spicy side of yourself, Taco Bell has a menu to match. Taco Bell's new Cantina sauce menu is made with red jalapenos, is the spicy side of the Cantina chicken. Try that out right now at Taco Bell's. There's a location near you.
You think you can eat? You think you could handle that, the spicy side?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, hey, we're at the Great American Conference Tournament. Action gets underway at noon. We've watched already this morning. They always talk about the walkthrough with teams. And most people don't get to see that. Well, that's what we're getting to watch here this morning as we're doing the show. They Washita Baptist Tigers had their walkthrough earlier in a little practice. East Central's ladies are out on the floor right now, so should be a fun afternoon of basketball coming up beginning at noon today. Get your tickets at GreatAmericanConference.com, and we'll be here today and tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, about this time, the Fence Man's going to be along. We'll do our Fence Man Friday picks, get ready for the weekend. Basketball galore this Saturday, and a huge weekend coming up in the final Saturday of the SEC. The Fence Man's available, 782-3936. Anything involving fence, gates, automatic gates, powered automatic gates, they've got it. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
All right, when we come back, Hog Update. Dave Van Horn, happy with his guys the last couple days, and then back-to-back Grand Slams. We'll get to that coming up next.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by 2 of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Hey, do y'all know what time it is?
It's about 2:30.
Summertime?
It's that and a whole lot more.
And no matter what's happening, the Stadium Shop has what you need.
We have the best selection for showing off your Razorback spirit while on vacation, even Razorback swim trunks.
Graduations, anniversaries, birthdays, we have what you need for your event.
And we have what you need for that trip to Omaha.
Even a new line of hard shell luggage.
Also, Omaha tees, flags, bases loaded hats, and the boppers.
And you can get them here at the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium. Or you can check us online at those WWNs.
Dad, let me do that before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, shoponrazorback.com.
And if you can't reach us there, call us at 479 Stadium.
All from the only family, alumni-owned and operated Razorback store.
South of the North Pole.
Dad, please.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go
Hawks.
Come here, Billy. Give me something.
1, 2, 3, bro.
This is the Morning Rush.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. This is the best time of year to save on a great selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus, act now and take advantage of $1,000 cash your way on select inventory for even more savings. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for fun-free contests and money-saving specials. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of life.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The Paint Store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
I know we're always on the go, heading to Fayetteville, Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and you need a place to fill up. But not just for gas. I need snacks, drinks, and a restroom that doesn't make me throw up. That's why my new favorite pit stop is Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue on the way out of town. I can't stop by without getting something from their hot box or a fresh made burger. That's Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Zero, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
3-2. Ackle to Aloy, the payoff. Hammered in the air, hit deep out to left field. How about a walk-off grand slam? Kahil Aloy with a big swing calls ball game. Hogs win it 14-1 in 7.
8 home runs, 29 runs in 2 games. Dave Van Horn pretty happy after the fact. And Kahil Aloy, who's just been on a tear unlike much that we've ever seen. Here was Dave after him on the
It's
game.
been fun to watch him. He just like the last home run he hit. Pitcher made some really nice pitches, and he made one mistake, and he left it up. Right when he left it up, you could see it coming from the side, and it was just bang. And I thought it hit the wall. The thing just kept going, went out of the park. You know, that wind was pretty violent. Not fun to pitch in.
Did you learn anything from the 2-run rule games that they had against
Well,
Monroe?
I learned that we should have called it official after.
That's what I was thinking.
After the first day on that first one, because there was a lot of effort and time put into getting ready to come back. For how long did that last? It couldn't have been. It was minutes, you know. Yeah. So that's one thing you learn. But playing in the wind probably was another. Man, it was a wind-ridden day.
Yeah, well, that Aloy's hit yesterday wasn't the only thing that was crazy. Charles Davlon said, "Hey, not so fast. I want to get in on the action."
Hammered in the air, deep out to right. Oh, the beer hats are paying off. That's a grand slam for Charles Davlon.
Colton, that's one of the best traditions in sports, isn't it?
Oh, I
beer
love
hats and then
love.
actually executing and getting a grand slam.
Love the beer hat. Nothing better than seeing everybody put it on and then just, the joyous excitement in everybody's body language and their faces when, it comes to fruition why they put those hats on. It's beautiful. And Batter had a great call right there.
One of the best traditions in sports might be a little over the top, but might be just a little bit of a stretch.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I know Kyle Peterson, who's kind of the Herbie and Jay Billis of college baseball. He is a big fan of that tradition. He occasionally comes to Fayetteville to call a game and everything else. Do you learn, and this is not just a Dave Van Horn thing, but when Arkansas plows through Alabama A&M, I think game 1, or when the basketball team beats a team by 40 or 60, do you learn, if you're a coach, do you learn anything from those? Is that just a confidence booster? Is that all it is?
Well, I mean, in baseball, can you execute? Can you throw strikes? Can you hit strikes? Can you field? I mean, in baseball, you may be playing a lesser team, but you've still got to pitch, you've still got to hit, you've still got to field, you've still got to throw, you've still got to run the bases. Can you execute the simplistic or the basics? I don't know that any of it's simple, honestly. But, I think there's still things that Dave Van Horn will learn. Absolutely. I mean, you've got to be able to go execute, what you're going to have to do well in order to win SEC games.
Women's basketball, Phil's going to be back this weekend because women's basketball was eliminated from the SEC tournament by Georgia. Again, one of the few bright spots this season has been Izzy Higginbotham, and she had this to say after getting a chance to be in Arkansas.
I think it's just every kid's dream, whatever state you grow up in, you look to go to that university, and I think I've gotten to live out my dream this last year, so it's been a lot.
I don't know if I don't know if you'd say she was near tears, but it's pretty close, pretty emotional moment for her. And I know that Mike Neighbors, again, really proud of what she's been able to accomplish this season. All SEC or not, she's been a heck of a player for Arkansas basketball. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
With Benny Malarkey, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Also want to give a shout-out to Texarkana's own Thomas Curry, who won co-SEC Golf for the week. Again, Tommy got to play at the Cabo Collegiate. I don't think you or I would mind doing that whatsoever. It is a National Dentist Day. In addition to being National Dentist Day, Tommy, it's National Oreo Cookie Day and National Frozen Food Day. What's the best Oreo and what's the best frozen food, guys, that your dentist is eventually going to have to help you?
Double stuffed Oreo, right?
That's what I would
I'm
have.
not in on that, the mint flavor. Now, a chocolate covered Oreo, which is just, sinful. But, but I'd have to go double stuffed, right? Peanut butter flavored, maybe double stuffed?
I would say just the typical double stuff.
Can I get the Oreo?
Can I get the Oreo? I think it's too much. Colton, what do you think?
Can I get the Oreo baked in ball form? Oreo balls. Tommy said it. Just sinful. That's how I'd take my Oreos.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Frozen food, I would have to go pizza. I know a lot of people enjoy Tyson frozen nuggets or anything else. You have a favorite frozen food? Bagel bites, pizza rolls, anything?
Well, pizza rolls are hard to beat. If you're going to just throw something in the air fryer or the oven real quick, yeah, those would be hard to beat. So, yeah, pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls. Okay, all right.
Frozen
tater tots.
I'm sure
crispy tater tots.
Dentists are hearing all these different things. It's that probably doesn't help with the cavity situation or everything else.
All right. We're live at the Great American Conference Tournament. Fort Smith Southside get tickets for this 4 days of championship basketball, Division II basketball at GreatAmericanConference.com. Brought to you by Pradco and LureNet.com. Anything you need involving your tackle box. I know it was windy yesterday. It'll be a good weekend to get out on the water, and you can do that with stuff you'll find at LureNet.com. You'll find special and exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else, special savings, and also any U.S. order over $35 gets free shipping as well. That's LureNet.com for all of your tackle box treasures.
All right, I've got a story that I got to get to coming up. Again, we're live at the Great American Conference Championships here at Fort Smith Southside. It's going to be an awesome event. Championships on Sunday. Excited about that. When we return, we'll also get into our Morning Rush Daily Question. Rolling here on a Thursday edition of the Morning Rush.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Peter Burns for the SEC Network. You're listening to the Morning Rush. Yes, sir.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Hollywood Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by two of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
Why did I leave? They may win this game, and I'm not in there.
This is the Morning Rush.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at AAABM.com or call us at 471-1771.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3.
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What'd you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question. All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All the joys of live radio. Ty and Tommy working some stuff out there. I think they have a lot of devices connected to one single device, which probably is not going to work out for most of our radio listeners. They're going to get it fixed here in just a second for me. But guys, there's lots of questions that could be asked, specifically surrounding this Razorback basketball team. Fellas, we got you back?
Yes.
Oh, there we go, boys.
Where are we at?
Ask a question, Tommy.
We're back. Battling internet, but we are here. And, Morning Rush Daily Question. So that's where we're at in the program. Arkansas, Mississippi State, 11 a.m. Guys, we've seen big crowds for home games, particularly when it comes to the time fill-in. Senior Day, final home game. Will we have 18,000, 19,000 there for this one? Considering what's on the line, it's Mississippi State. It's not Kentucky. It's not Alabama. It's not Auburn right now. It's not Texas. It's not Tennessee. But this is a meaningful game. Will Bud Walton bring its 6, 7, 8 points that it's supposed to bring on Saturday?
Yeah, I would think so. Being the last game of the season, last chance you get a chance to see these guys at home for the guys that I say the guys that have been around, but you really haven't had that. You got to give, I don't know, credence the right word, but like to a team that has battled through injuries and has refused to quit at times. I don't know if they're going to win on Saturday, but I would expect Bud Walton to show up for this game. Yes.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big crowd. I wonder about the 11 a.m. start and the early start, how that affects the crowd. Hopefully, the team who has been up and down, a lot of the season. I don't know how much the 11 a.m. factor will have, but I think you'll have a good crowd, and I think you're going to need it. I think that may be the one of the differences in winning or losing on Saturday.
What do you think, Colton?
I doubted this crowd and this fan base before this year, and it's came back to bite me when they came back to win. So I'm not going to say anything other than I think that place will be standing room only. Hope to cheer their team on to get in the tournament and just keep moving forward.
All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. If you're looking for something to do this weekend and you're outside of what's going on here at the Great American Championships here at Fort Smith Southside, then maybe want to get a little golfing. You can do so at Cart Pass Social. I know Christian and Nate really excited about the men's league, the spring league that just started up. They've also got the Masters Invitational as well. You can go to cartpasssocial.com to check that out. Or you just want to give them a call and set up a bay, do so at 479-487-3622. It's BYOB at Cart Pass Social, the #1 indoor golf destination in all of Arkansas. That is Cart Pass Social. So I have a question for our audience. If you want to jump in with us here on the Ludus Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. It was quite windy this week, and particularly yesterday. So I opened my car, and it's set up where it's not against the car next to me. And then the wind just and takes the car door and hits the car next to me. It's not bad, the ding, but I tried. I was like, okay, let me see if I can wipe this off, and I couldn't. So there's like 100 cars in the parking lot, so I ripped up a piece of paper, and I wrote my name and my number down. Is that all I can do? Like, I don't know what to do in that. I've never had that situation happen before where it doesn't come off. Like
no one's ever left me a note.
Really?
I mean, you just had a little ding, right?
Yeah. I put it on their windshield and put the wiper on top of it. I thought was the right thing to do.
I mean, that's the right thing to do. It shouldn't cost more than $800-900 to fix it. Oh, I mean, $800 or $900 will fix that.
Even the size of my thumb.
It's that big? Oh, $1,200-1,300 probably.
I don't even know why I bring
maybe
this stuff up with
$1,450.
you. I would think that you can actually give me some decent advice on this. Did I do the right thing?
Yeah, you should have left Colton's name and number. I'm sorry.
Tommy Kraft. Here's his number. Here's his social security.
I know nothing.
Whatever.
I know nothing.
That's let's see. Let's get to some text.
Sometimes it doesn't pay to be the nice guy.
Josefa texted in. He says, that was totally commendable, buddy. If you need somebody to fix it, let me know. I'll get you a discount with the family. Thank you, Josefa. Zach from Greenwood texting in. There's no paint scratch. Littleton's paintless repair now is becoming an ad. Can fix it for less than $100. And then BE says, good job. Let's see what else we got. Titus says,
I would have been satisfied if you just thought about leaving a note.
Just thought about it. Titus says,
I really should, but I'm not going to.
I think it's fine, but cross your fingers and hope they don't call. I mean, they didn't call yesterday. They didn't call today, and it was the afternoon. I expected to get a call from a random Arkansas number, but maybe.
Hello, shelter insurance.
Maybe, yeah.
What's your insurance number?
Yeah.
We need your policy number here, sir.
I mean, surely this insurance doesn't have to get involved. But
we got about $800 or $900 worth of damage over here.
I was already frustrated with the wind yesterday because it kept blowing my papers up during the show. But then this happened, and I was like, okay, wind. And you affected my golf game this weekend. So there's nothing good or positive about wind. There's good and positives about rain. I maintain there's nothing good and positive about wind.
Someone. I was with a buddy yesterday. He says his keys got locked in his car, and he blamed the wind. Said that the wind caught his door, shut the car up with the keys in it, and he had to get someone to unlock his car for him. So maybe that – I mean, it becomes like a little wind sail there. Yesterday I saw one of the meteorologists posted there was wind gust in Little Rock on the 430 bridge at 60 miles an hour yesterday.
60 miles an hour.
And there was a lot of 50-mile-plus winds around our state yesterday.
B says, hopefully the wind blew the note away.
There you go, B.
JT and Hot Springs are my two best friends. I put one of their first names and the other's last name, take my area code, one of their prefixes, and the last four of the other's phone number.
No.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, JT, in regards. I felt like that was the right thing to do, but maybe based on the recommendations from everyone else that's texting us, it's not. I should have just let it go.
Hopefully this weekend we're going to have nice weather. I think the wind maybe had dried up some of that heavy rain we got. Oaklawn's going to be back at it. Maybe the infield will be open for some racing this weekend. Download the Oaklawn Anywhere app. Anywhere on your mobile device, whether it's an Apple or a Android device, it's in the Google Play or the Apple Store. You can get that. Use the promo code RUSH25, and Ty Richardson is going to take $150 out of his pocket for a sign-on bonus
Give it to you.
with Oaklawn, and you can go get that dent fixed in your car. So promo code RUSH25. It's the Oaklawn Anywhere app. Got the full cards on there. It's got past performances, handicapping data, all that stuff with the Oaklawn Anywhere app. Brought to you by Oaklawn.
Hey, happy birthday, 53rd to Shaquille O'Neal. His best moment.
7 seconds. Brandon one-on-one. There it is. Look on overtime.
That was a great, epic conclusion. By the way, still, as we're praying for Tom Murphy each and every week, we're also thinking about Oliver Miller as well, the Big O. That's I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but I know he's going through some tough, difficult health right now. But he's 53 years old. Does that make you feel old when you think that Shaq is 53
Shaq's
years
only
old?
Less than 4 years older than me, So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how that guy ever lost a game in college, right? I mean, how do you just not give the big fella that? I mean, he could make a free throw. You just give it to him. I don't know how he just didn't dunk it on every possession.
It was crazy how different Shaq was on the LSU Tigers and the Orlando Magic, where he played almost at times like he would take the ball in fast breaks. Now at in Los Angeles for the Lakers, he was strictly a postman. You weren't going to see him run on the break, but he used to have some athleticism at its size. And not that he isn't athletic, but it was just insane what he could do with the basketball. And like you, I don't know how he was ever stopped in college, the NBA, or anything else for that matter. But the Big O got him that day, and Arkansas was able to get that OT victory.
I know Wilt had a 100-point game. Wilt Chamberlain. How he didn't have one, I don't know. I guess 40 minutes or so. I don't know. But you would think if he had put his mind to it, he could have had a 100-point game.
B in Clarksville said he shattered a backboard. Yeah, he absolutely did. And that was a pretty crazy moment where the glass is just going everywhere. You think you could? You think if you had a trampoline, you could shatter a backboard here at Southside High School, the Great American Conference Championship?
100% no.
Do you shoot? If you're reffing a game, do you shoot during the halftime and then the timeouts?
No.
Like other managers. I heard DQ the other day saying that's one of her does that, Colton, does that frustrate you and irritate you when you see a ref or a manager shoot during a break?
That's
just annoying to you?
That's just Bush League. Yeah, that's Bush League. That's what I did when I was reffing kindergarten games at the Boys and Girls Club. I couldn't ref anything higher than that because the game was too fast for me. But yeah, during halftime, you should go out there and shoot. But no, not professional like Tommy.
I don't know if this is true or not, but Josefa says that Shaq has broken 27 rims in his life. Did he break a rim in Blue Chips, or did he just dominate? I can't remember if there's a scene where he actually breaks a rim or not. I haven't seen that movie
It is
in a
a
while.
movie, Ty.
I haven't seen that movie in a while. But that when you think about it.
You ever seen a backboard shattered in person?
In person? I can't say I have.
I've only seen one. In the
high school or college?
High school benefit game, the old Northside Condart Fieldhouse, kid from Ozark. Just went up for a dunk, and I guess hit it just right. I mean, it wasn't like he, did what Trevor Brazil did the other night with a windmill or anything. It shatters. Just everywhere, a million pieces.
Out.
Now try filling. I was broadcasting the game. Try filling the broadcast for 45 minutes while they
45 minutes.
They'd take that one down, go get another one, put it up. I mean, it was something else.
That's how old were you?
16, 17.
Okay, so you're as least talented as you've ever been at that age.
No, some would say 45. I still am, sir.
So that is that.
Yeah, I mean, I was still very wet behind the ears in the broadcast business.
Do you remember what you said?
A lot of nothing, I'm sure.
I was going to say, I'd like to.
Sure, let's go to break was probably one of my crutch phrases during that 45. Let's take a break.
Multiple times. We're going to have to add some commercials to this radio broadcast, guys, because I don't think I can hang on for 45 minutes. Speaking of radio broadcasts, I don't think batters or Bladders, whatever his name is, did a bad job these last couple of days. But my gosh, I'm ready. Like when Phil, when he gets the Grand Slam call. Like, I get so hyped listening to him. I am so ready for Phil Elson to be back in that booth. Not that I wanted the women's basketball team to just lose like they did yesterday, but I am just ready for Phil to be back in the booth this weekend.
You know, one of the things we were talking with Eric Moyer, who's the communications guy for the Great American Conference. We were talking to Will earlier. One of the things the teams really like about Fort Smith, they got all the restaurants and some things to do, and they like they're going to love coming here. Andy's Frozen Custards is a place I bet they'll stop by and have some of their favorite flavors. So you can get to Andy's. They're in Fort Smith on Rogers Avenue, not far from where we're at today. You can also stop by their locations in Conway and in North Little Rock as well. You download the Andy's app. You can order the Pick 6 where you can mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors. It's Andy's Frozen Custards, Conway, North Little Rock, and on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
All right, when we return, we're going to have a special treat for everyone. Coach Houston Nutt, former Razorback head coach, is going to join us. He's got a connection here at the Great American Conference Championship. We'll tell you about it. We continue on the Morning Rush, Hour 2, coming up next.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by 2 of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Robert.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
Hey, do y'all know what time it is?
It's about 2:30.
Summertime?
It's that and a whole lot more.
And no matter what's happening, the Stadium Shop has what you need.
We have the best selection for showing off your Razorback spirit while on vacation, even Razorback swim trunks.
Graduations, anniversaries, birthdays, we have what you need for your event.
And we have what you need for that trip to Omaha.
Even a new line of hard shell luggage.
Also, Omaha's tees, flags, bases, loaded hats, and the boppers.
And you can get them here at the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium. Or you can check us online at those WWNs.
Dad, let me do that before you hurt yourself. He's talking about our website, shoponrazorback.com.
And if you can't reach us there, call us at 479-STADIUM.
All from the only family, alumni-owned and operated Razorback store.
South of the North Pole.
Dad, please.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hawks.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. This is the best time of year to save on a great selection of road-ready certified used cars with warranty. Plus, act now and take advantage of $1,000 cash your way on select inventory for even more savings. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for fun-free contests and money-saving specials. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources in the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Looking for the best way to save big this winter? WT Equipment has you covered with exclusive winter savings on Workmaster and Boomer compact tractors from New Holland. Choose your deal. 0% financing for 72 months or get a free loader with your tractor purchase. These powerful, fuel-efficient tractors are built for hard work and year-round reliability. And now, they come with unbeatable savings. Hurry in to WT Equipment before March 31st to lock in your deal. Visit us today or call 479-442-8284 for details.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
I'm ignorant when it comes to a lot of topics. Thankfully, I listened to my friend's advice on the housing market and called Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. Jeff made the process smoother than Mama's gravy.
Ty, you got to throw in some homemade biscuits with that gravy and a great local real estate professional to guide you down the right path. One of the keys is knowing what to do and certainly what not to do.
You communicated and were transparent throughout the process.
Ty, like you, anyone can call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. For your big decisions, I have simple solutions.
Joe's Grill and Cantina is already chipping away at 2025 with Joe's Chips and Salsa, made with Tex-Mex house-made salsa, made daily with fresh veggies, even carrots. Try their sizzling fajitas and crunchy tacos. Every Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. Joe's has great enchiladas with homemade sauce. It's the best around. Plus a full bar and TVs all around the restaurant. The best Tex-Mex and even better service at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our temperatures this afternoon will be in the upper 50s to near 60. Cloudy skies, and overnight low will drop down to near 45 overnight. Friday, partly to mostly sunny. Our high temperatures will hang out in the low 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road superstore. Call 782-MUD today. You're listening to The Morning Rush on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I would just say I'm not set for the priesthood or taking one of those vows. I just don't know how they do it.
This hour of The Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly. You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
I'm not going to lie, it kind of got quiet as we started this second hour. There was a lot of whistling, a lot of yelling, a lot of music going as we're live at the Great American Conference Championship, Fort Smith's Southside High School gymnasium. And all of a sudden, a drill just now started, but it was almost silence in here for a sec.
The Wonder Boys have taken the court. Mark Downing's got his team out there, and they're having their walkthrough and getting ready for their game. They're in the men's bracket as the 8th seed, so that will be one of the games you can enjoy if you come out to the Great American Conference Tournament that begins today at noon with women's action. Ouachita Baptist will play today at 2:15 against Northwest Oklahoma State on the men's side. First game today at 2:15 today for Ouachita Baptist. Play Northwest Oklahoma State, and on the women's side, Harding and Southern Arkansas play at noon. So those are the first two games today here. And head coach Houston Nutt is going to join us. He spoke at their awards banquet last night. His brother's team, his brother Dennis, coaches Ouachita Baptist and has for a number of years. And I bet Houston's going to be right here in the stands somewhere. He makes a lot of those games. So we'll talk to Coach here in just a second. One of the things I was talking with Wade and Morgan over at Arts Barbecue and Joe's Grill and Cantina, they're a part of this event, and as they're taking care of the officials' room and taking care of the officials this week, so appreciate them doing that. Yeah, they're doing that all week, so appreciate their donation to that. And you can slide by Joe's Grill and Cantina. Watch the game Saturday as Arkansas takes on Mississippi State. They'll have half-price apps and taps during the game on Saturday, so good time to get by there. You can watch a little basketball with the Hogs on TV. If you don't make it up the hill, then come over here to the Great American Conference Tournament and watch games on Saturday that begin at noon as well. So it's all at Joe's Grill and Cantina, South 74th Street, across from Harps. Good people over there with Wade and Morgan and their entire team. So stop in and see them at Joe's Grill and Cantina in Fort Smith.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Mach 1 Financial. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach-1financial.com/disclosures.
All I want you to do tonight is play your best. Don't worry about making a mistake. You can make a mistake anytime as long as you're going 100 miles an hour.
All right, we are joined now by Coach Houston Nutt here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Coach, one of the things Matt Jones always talked about is your love for dual sport athletes. And I know you guys used to play a little pickup back in the day, didn't you?
We got Coach?
Absolutely.
Ah, there we go.
He was tough to handle, too, now.
Yeah. Well, Coach, it's good to hear your voice. I know you spoke at the awards banquet last night for the Great American Conference, and I know this league, for a lot of reasons, has a special place in your heart.
Boy, it does. It does. I many a day my dad took me to watch the old AIC basketball tournaments, and man, there's a lot of good basketball. And same thing this year. You know, you see a lot of teams that very athletic. Maybe not the 6'9", 6'10", you know, the big major Power Ones. But I tell you what, you'll see some play if you're around the Fort Smith area. You'll see some 6'4", 6'5", and guards 6'2", 6'1", 5'11" that can put the ball in the hole, and very, very good, very fundamentally sound.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of ball. I mean, the connection, for those that don't know, your brother Dennis coaches at Ouachita Baptist. I know that I've seen you at many of his games. You'll drive up from Dallas. You've made road trips to all across this league. Beyond just the obvious connection with your brother, what is it about the games, the competition, what you see that get you in the car and drive several hours to watch?
Well, of course, we're very close. Our brothers, my brothers and I, were very close. And whenever you go into that gym, you know, it's just it goes back to 4 little boys. You know, my dad taking 4 little boys and living in that Arkansas school for the deaf. That was our playground. And so every game was something very special to us. And then when you get to the tournament, and I was telling the story last night, I never will forget the very first tournament. I went to St. Joseph's High School. My dad was coaching Arkansas School for the Deaf. We're playing Greenbrier, and that was the first time at the age of 9 he was explaining to me the bracket. And if you win this game, you play the next game. You move from this bracket to this bracket. You play the winner of the team that's playing behind us. He went through it. And so you have these thoughts about all the history of the way you grew up, and so it's exciting for me because I love going into the gym, the smell of popcorn, and especially tournament time. It seems like everybody's going a little bit faster.
Coach, you're doing some coaching these days, not necessarily college football, but Michael Beaumont, who's the director of athletics for Fort Smith Public Schools, is telling you're coaching your grandkids, aren't you?
Well, they're 3 years of age and 2 years of age. So, hey, I do get them outside. I do put a ball in their hand now.
That's great.
Start them young as best you can.
Oh yeah, because you know the moms and dad, they got the iPads and stuff going, and so when Pappy gets there, it's okay. We're gonna put that up for a while.
You don't want to be
going outside.
You don't want to be the iPad grandpa. You don't want your grandkids to be the iPad grandkids.
Yeah. They got to get somebody. And I'm all for phonics and ABCs and get smart and all that. But I'm gonna let the others do that. I'm gonna get them outside and put a ball in their hand and get them going.
Coach,
work them out. Take them for ice cream. Send them home.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
all the fun stuff. Coach, I know getting ready for football season. I know it's a while till August, but a lot of stuff is accomplished this time of year. And I don't know if you got a chance. Sam Pittman was on Chuck and Bo earlier this morning. He talked about kind of his set. What does that look like for a head coach, kind of gearing up? And I know things have changed a lot with NIL and the current structure of college athletics, but what did that look like for you in the offseason, getting ready for your team the upcoming fall?
Yeah, I always loved off season, and that's where you really start to build your team. And actually, the winter workout, once we got the signing date out of the way, they'd been in the weight room. Your strength coach is so important because they had them the entire time during the recruiting time. And so now you do these workouts, and that's where you invest. You sacrifice. You make this investment. And there's the redshirt freshmen and the ones that's been holding those dummies all year long. Now it's their time, and they see the light. I got a chance to go compete for a position. And that's, to me, where you get them better in the spring. You find out about your team, and there's nothing like where you don't have the pressure of trying to put a game plan together. You don't have a game, but you're trying to get your players better, and you're building this culture and this team. To me, that's one of the greatest times there is. Now, when I go and speak to football teams, the one thing that's different, as you mentioned, times have changed. The one thing that's different, like when I spoke to SMU, Rhett told me that, 27 players didn't go through all season or spring. They got there in June and July. And so this mass transfer portal, the massive movement, it makes things much more difficult. For the first time to have your team in August is so much different than the question that you're asking me about what's it like for the spring. Well, we had all our players, there. And so we were looking forward to the fall, and we have in our mind, okay, we may make some moves, and we're going to move him from a safety to a linebacker, or we're going to move him from wide out to tailbacker, things like that. And so it would be much different for me now to say, we got 27 players that's all played their experience. They hadn't set foot on campus yet, hadn't been in a locker room yet. Now, that would be different.
Houston Nutt with us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Coach, a hot topic around college football is the addition of a general manager to the staff of a football program in today's modern world. What do you think of that? And just kind of what are your thoughts on this expanding role and seemingly the gap between college football and pro football narrowing?
Yeah, that's a great question. I hear a lot of talk about that all over the country, and all these moving parts are so much different than when I coached. And I hadn't coached a team in 13 years, so now when you look at it, general manager, that probably makes sense. You have so many things that are moving. These moving parts. I'm talking about the transfer portal. When I walk into these schools, these colleges, they have 2 or 3 guys just looking at the portal, looking at the transfer. So you got 3 different types of recruiting going on. So it's going to take some very good organization. And, a general manager to me would be a guy that would help in that area as far as, the evaluation of what your team, the needs of your team. And, you still have high school, you got junior college, and then you got transfer portal. You got a lot going on right there. And so, to me, you go back to that guy, whoever the point guy, whether it be a recruiting coordinator or that general manager, and now you start bringing in the money part of it as well. And that to me, is where, I guess, where the general manager, because each team has recruiting coordinators on campus, and they have their eyes on all 3 levels. So what I mean by that is high school, junior college, and transfer portal. And so now it's, you start the negotiations deal. Coach, we can get him for $250, but now TCU just came in. They offered $275. What are we going to do? It's that kind of deal that to me is much, much different. And that's what you said, which is so true. It's getting closer, if not already, the NFL type.
So with your experience of the game, your understanding of the game, your experience talking to kids, Is that a role that would interest you at some school in possibly Arkansas? Has anyone reached out to you about possibly talking about a role as a general manager?
No, nobody's reached out to me right now. And
would you be interested if they did?
I don't. It has to be a great fit. Where you want to be able to wake up and go to work and know that hey, someone needs you, and you feel like the chemistry and everything would to me all that's so important. It'd have to be a good fit because right now I got a really good schedule. I go speak to teams and speak to corporations, and then to go chase 2 grandsons. That's hard. That's hard to beat right now.
And that ice cream trip.
It would take a lot. It'd take a lot to do that.
And, Coach, there's the free time to golf. I was talking with a Razorback fan the other day that got paired up with you somewhere outside the Dallas area. A lot less free time to golf if you're having to worry about all that football stuff, right?
Hey, you're exactly right. And I got hooked on that game. I can see why Coach Broyles wouldn't. He loved golf so much, and of course he's part of the Augusta members and all that. And I never will forget asking him one day. We just got through beating Texas in the Cotton Bowl. We went to Hot Springs for a Razorback Club, and we got the tickets sold, and he's so happy. And it's not that this is going to be a good time. I'm going to hit him with this. So we're on that school plane going back to Fayetteville. I said, Coach, I noticed you took Spurrier, you took Tommy Tuberville to Augusta. You think I can play some golf? Go with you sometime? No, I do not want you playing golf. Not now. I want you in the film room. I said, I know you took Tommy Tuberville. I want them playing golf. And so he wanted the opponents to play golf because he knew how much time it took, but he didn't want his coach playing golf. So he didn't allow me to go. But eventually he took me. I went with the Lindsays, and I got to watch. I didn't get to play. I got to watch, which was not a blade out of place, a beautiful place. We're getting on the wrong subject. But it just kind of shows you where Coach Broyles' mindset was, hey, I don't want my coaches playing golf.
No, you're not going to find any dandelions in Augusta, Georgia. So.
You got that right.
Yeah. So I know you'll be up watching some basketball. You've seen a lot of this league. Tell our listeners why they should come and watch basketball this week at Fort Smith Southside for the Great American Conference.
It's going to be a very exciting tournament, and I don't care which games I've seen all these teams play. Southern Nazarene won the tournament. Won the season, and they're number 1. And they've got a guard. They got a good inside game. They're sound. They get up and down the floor, and they can shoot the ball. Harding can really shoot the ball. You got some teams from Oklahoma, Northwest Oklahoma. Very good. I mentioned Southern Nazarene. Oklahoma Baptist University, Shawnee's a very good team. They're really fun to watch. And then Ouachita. I'm partial to Ouachita. Dennis has done a great job. He was picked last, and he's done a great job. And he recruited. I think Dickey kind of persuaded him. He always wanted to. He has a special place in his heart for high school players and recruiting them and developing them. But this year, you'll see he has a couple of older players mixed in with those younger guys. It's really helped his team. So I'm going to tell you, if you come watch it, Arkansas Tech, all these teams, there's always one or two guys say, whoa, this guy here has range. He can pull up at any time. He's a great one-on-one player. There's a guy going to go get the rebounds. He's a boarder, and it's fun to watch. It's good basketball. It really is a good basketball. This is going to be a good tournament.
So you and Danny are associated with Razorback football. Dennis and Dickey are basketball guys. So is the Nutt family a basketball coaching family or a football coaching family now?
Well, see, here's the thing. Those basketball guys had more longevity, a lot more longevity than the football coaches, man. They're so lucky they got to keep coaching. They're still coaching. And Danny and I, we're on the sideline, man, so we feel a little bit left out some days, But it's a basketball family right now because they're still going, and the football's guys are on the sideline.
This is Coach. We got a text from JT in Hot Springs. He says Dennis Nutt is one of the best shooters I've ever seen. I saw him go 48 from 50 from the 3-point line, lining up for one night before camp that he spoke at.
Yeah.
You know what? Dennis is such a pure shooter, and we all wanted to be in the NFL, NBA, or both. Dennis is the only one in our family made it, but that's a true statement. If he had a 3-point line, I saw him hit about 40-something against Phi Slamma Jamma one night. And if he would have had a three-point line, it might have been about 60. And Dennis had just such a pure shot and could really shoot the basketball. And he was something now. Played for TCU, was an All-American, and they did a heck of a job down there.
So let me bring this back to golf. When I was a kid, your brother was the assistant coach at what's now UA Fort Smith, but it was West Stark. He was working with Bobby Vint. And he lived on the number 4 fairway at Fianna Hills. And I was just a 8, 9, 10-year-old kid out there, 12-year-old kid, whatever, playing golf. And he'd sneak out that back door and chip and putt, and he'd start playing with us some. So I remember years ago he'd get out on that golf course at night after he'd get home and start sharpening up them golf skills. He said he had to beat his older brother. So
I tell you what, he's the best golfer. I always get on him. I said, well, you've been playing golf since your Dallas Maverick days, man. You played golf all day long.
Yeah.
And he's the best golfer. He's probably about 2 or 3 handicap. And then Dickie. The basketball guys they're up on that game too. So we got to have strokes. Danny and I have to have strokes.
Well, I'll tell you what, pack them clubs and bring them with you. And Hardscrabble's just around the corner. And Ty and I'll take you out, and we'll chase that white ball around.
There's nothing like it. It's a great game.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you here at the arena, and I know you're going to be watching ball this week, and I know you had a big time speaking to the athletes last night, and we appreciate you making some time for us here this morning.
You bet. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Houston Nutt, his brother Dennis is the coach at Ouachita Baptist. He was the speaker last night at the Great American Conference Awards Banquet, and he joins us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline.
I feel like the only reason I haven't been able to break 80 is because I haven't got a pre-18 speech from him. I think he might have more passion now about golf than he does football, based on his some of the inflection in his tone and everything else. That was good stuff, That was really good stuff, Coach. That was
That was always fun to catch up with him. I'm telling you, every time I've been to a Ouachita Baptist game, he's there more often than he's not. 4 out of 5 times when I'm there, he's there.
I got to tell a brother story. So you can obviously tell on that interview that that him and his bros are still very tight. There was an incident that I had back in high school where my brother and I were on one team and going up against the starters, and I come off a curl screen, and the guy's trailing me pretty tight. And so I'm like, don't throw it. I look at him, don't throw it. He throws it. They pick it off. They go down for another layup. And I am berating my younger brother in front of everyone. And the Coach Austin Tripoli comes over to me, and we're at a Christian high school, so he's not swearing at me, but he tears me.
They would never do that.
He tears into me. I have never been teared in before. It's like, I don't know. He said something. It's like, that's your brother. I think he said something like, I don't have a great relationship with mine, but you're going to have one with yours, or something like that. So when he was talking about his brothers in basketball, that kind of brought me back to, I guess it's over a decade ago.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, we're live at the Great American Conference Tournament. Southside High School this year. Fort Smith Northside will host this event in a year. And I think good chance this becomes a fixture in Fort Smith.
How many
it's
attempts?
A perfect place.
How many attempts? JT and Hot Springs was texting us about Dennis going 48 for 50. How many attempts would it take you to make a three-pointer? If we went and what'd you say? Text coach name
to make one?
Yeah. Well, if you want, what's text coach name again? You said it earlier. Arkansas Tex. The one
Mark Downing.
If you went up
he's
to Coach
down there now with this team.
If you went up to Coach Downing and said, "Coach, give me a ball," how many attempts would it take?
To make one?
Just one.
I hadn't shot a ball in a long time. 50?
Just
50? Can I get 50?
Colton, how many would it take you to make
one
three? I mean, there's a lot of people here, Colton.
Just hitting the rim.
3 or 4. 3 or
Okay.
4. Yeah. If I get to get my spot, top of the key, that's where I want it.
Yeah,
I was going to say
I want to use all the board.
I was going to make a bet there.
I did once score 11 points in a 4th grade game. Does that count?
I was going to say I scored 21 in a junior varsity game. That's my athletic claim to fame. I have down on March the 10th. You want to help me out with this? Tommy owes $20. Is that due to our conference record? I couldn't figure that out.
Tommy owes $20?
It says Tommy owe $20. And I'm trying to figure out
I
why
think that means you owe me $20.
No,
that's
that's
the way
not
I
what
would
it is.
read that.
It just says Tommy owe $20. That means you owe me $20. So You figure out why you owe me.
I
And
think
then
it's
on
the conference
Monday-
records, and I'm going to be closer than you.
It wasn't closest. It
was closest.
We hit. No, it wasn't. It was we hit. I'm
Roll
crossing
that
it.
beautiful bean footage. I think it was closest.
I do not.
I think
believe
your
so.
number has been eliminated.
Yeah, so is yours. All of ours are, as unfortunately. Hopefully they
So-
just get 8 and 10. I got a text earlier.
I'm going to be closest to the Showcase Showdown at 9 and 9 than you were at 10 and 8. What was it 10 and 8 was yours?
Yeah, 10.
Mine was 9. I'm going to be closest without going over. I'm not going to be within $100 to win both showcases, but I do think I am going to win the Showcase Showdown on that.
I maintain sarcastically that I just switched the numbers that day. I meant 8 and 10.
Yeah.
And they could do it
they got to win one more to do that. All right, this hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Mach 1 Financial. If you're navigating the financial news today, it can be overwhelming with constant updates and market fluctuations that create uncertainty. But that's why Mach 1 Financial Group brings you the Market Moment podcast. They do it every week. It breaks down the latest financial headlines into clear, digestible insights, and they do a great job with all the developments and what it means for your investment. So how it might shape your financial future and the decisions you need to make next. And they simplify the complex so you can stay informed and confident in your decisions. Tune in every Tuesday for a new episode or go to market-moment.com and listen anytime. That's Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, go to disclosures.mach1fg.com.
We got a text from our one of our coworkers, Lauren, who's actually a student here at Fort Smith Southside. She says, "Did you know that Arkansas is a state dinosaur? It's called the Arkansas. How do you say that?
The Arkansaurus.
Arkansaurus. Have a great day." I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Thank you, Lauren, for informing us of that.
I told my son, who is a student here at Southside, that, hey, we'll be doing the radio show in the arena. He goes, "Oh, cool." And that was about all I got.
He's at that. How is he? 14?
Cool.
Is he 14 now or 13?
He is 15.
Okay, so he's at the age
Thanks for
where
playing.
it doesn't matter. I was close. I was close like the record.
Yeah, he's at the high school. Yeah, he's so smart. At 13, they moved him up here to the high school.
Well,
Ty.
yeah, that's a good point.
It runs in the family.
That was a bad
His genius runs in the
that's
family.
a bad guess. Well,
Yeah.
what I was saying, he's at that stage of life where dad is no longer cool. Dad was cool
I
until
don't
about
know.
12, and then
I think the
that's how it
coolness with
goes.
Dad tapped out about 9.
It's you. So you become. So what happens? And I always give my dad a hard time about this. My dad was a tyrant when I was in elementary, middle school, and high school. He had to be single dad and everything, and then we obviously got remarried and had a blended family. And then in college, I could do whatever I want. Now, obviously, that didn't always pay off.
How'd that work out your first weekend?
In every situations. But I was like, why are you not chill and cool like this in middle school and high school? And he said something to like, there's like a guide to parents where like you have a different directive per age. So you have a different directive.
Yeah.
Him at 15, but
Ty,
he just
I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that from the
Not
Washington County
not
Police
mad.
Department Detention Center. That
I'm
was a
just disappointed.
slug to
in you.
Powerade. Thank you, Claire, for bringing that by.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus sister, and then that was the worst conversation I've ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, high school kids that are listening right now, don't get in trouble. We're at the Great American Conference Championships here at Southside High School. When we come back, we got our SEC update to get to. Florida gets a massive win against the Alabama Crimson Tide last night. We can talk about some other games this weekend as well. We roll on the Morning Rush live at Southside High School next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Daddy would kill me if I brought you home.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by two of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Richmond on the offensive end. Pick and roll, pick C, and a two-hand flush. The assist from Richmond. Couldn't draw it up any better.
This is the Morning Rush. Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Joe's Grill and Cantina is already chipping away at 2025 with Joe's Chips and Salsa. Made with Tex-Mex house-made salsa. Made daily with fresh veggies, even carrots. Try their sizzling fajitas and crunchy tacos. Every Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. Joe's has great enchiladas with homemade sauce. It's the best around. Plus a full bar and TVs all around the restaurant. The best Tex-Mex and even better service at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561. Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Lob. Nelson has it. Blocked. What a play by Condon. And now Richard in the open floor gets the slam.
Not going to lie. Didn't expect Florida to go into Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and get that victory, but they did. That was high-flying, back-and-forth basketball. So we're going to be live. We are live here at the Great American Conference Championship at Southside High School. Hopefully we'll see some action like that. 99-94 the final, Tommy, in Coleman Coliseum as the Gators take it over the Crimson Tide.
And, I think Florida's playing about as good as anybody right now. They obviously, have had some big wins. That's another big one last night. And is Alabama reeling at this time or just a little blip on the radar? They've kind of had a couple losses here. Is there any reason to be concerned about Alabama?
Man, I hope so. I hope Nate Oates and company fall apart. I don't know if there's a more dislikable coach in the SEC. I know people hate Pearl. You used to hate Cal. Oates is really, and I haven't, that's a great, say that one more time, Cole.
He's
say it loud.
Scummy, man. He is
say it loud
scummy.
Scummy. And it's not just because of the Brandon Miller stuff, but everything else. I mean, just, and I know his jackets are in honor of, is it the late Wimp Sanderson or is Wimp's still alive? In honor of Wimp Sanderson, but I hate the way he dresses, too.
So, back to the other part of the comment. Is Florida playing as good as anyone in the country right now?
I told you, I'd pick them to win over Auburn.
I picked them before, back in November. I thought they were maybe one of the best teams in the league. They didn't kind of live up to that early, but they're rounding into form.
Todd Golden's kind of in the same mold that Billy Donovan was. Younger coach. You plucked him away, and I know we think that Arkansas has the second best basketball program in the SEC, but if Florida goes on a run and caps it off this year, you'd be hard-pressed to not think Gators are right there neck and neck with Arkansas. Other games that happened, Missouri loses to Oklahoma, surprisingly. That's the ones in Norman. Oklahoma gets a big win for their bubble resume, 96-84. And the other game, Ole Miss with an upset over Tennessee.
Milicic has it. Milicic got it away from Frankfield.
They did that in the Pavilion last night. Again, 2-point win for the Rebels, 78-76. You heard Reese Davis there on the call. They got knocked out of the top 25, Tommy, and Tennessee had been playing good too after that win against Alabama. So that was a crucial win for Chris Beard and company.
Yeah, and it's hard to figure what an upset is. The better team was Missouri going into that game. They lose. Ole Miss with the upsets. Home court seems to really matter. Hopefully it does Saturday in Fayetteville, but it's hard to really figure out some of these games right now. And just picking what you think is the better team, it seems to go the other way, particularly when it comes to the better team being the road team now.
Other news, former Ole Miss wide receiver and current Seattle Seahawk DK Metcalf has requested a trade, according to reports. Greg Sankey having some fun with the notorious SEC hater Danny Cannell on Twitter, citing several examples. Did you see that, the Greg Sankey quote that he had when Danny Cannell was talking about the SEC being overrated?
He's always been a hater.
In basketball. 30-4 against the ACC, 14-2 against the Big 12, and 10-9 versus the Big 10 in basketball. Now, we'll see what bears out in the conference tournament, but he was having some fun with that. Oh, by the way, Tim Tebow is now having a baby girl. We knew he was having a kid. Should Mike Neighbors, Jason
Watson,
now. Colby Hale, who else? Courtney Neifel, should they offer her now?
Now.
In the womb.
Be at the hospital.
And if I'm missing an Arkansas women's coach on campus, add them in too, because I think that I don't know about Demi, his wife, in terms of her athletic accomplishments, but just knowing Tim, that might be some good DNA to eventually have. All right, that is your SEC update. Again, we are live
Clip that for me. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Clip that.
What was bad about that? What was bad about that?
Moving on.
Yeah, I guess that, if you take it that way, you dirty old man. Jeez Louise. I didn't think of it like that. Good gosh. All right, go ahead with whatever you need to talk about now.
All right.
Now I'm going to sit over here and just want to kill myself. Jeez.
Your SEC update is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. Need a will? Need a trust? Need an attorney? They can do that for you at Mock Legal Solutions. They were in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and Fort Smith. They've been in Fort Smith for years, and Jackie's got over 13 years of experience. They were expanding into Oklahoma to better serve their clients in Sequoia and LaFleur County. They understand that you don't have a big of a pile of cash laying around for a retainer. They understand that you need to know what it's going to cost. That's why they got affordable flat fees and low down payments and monthly payment plans that make it, less anxious, less anxiety, less of an issue to get the legal representation you need. And whether it's a car wreck you've been involved in, slip and fall, family law issue, they can help you at Mock Legal Solutions. 479-769-1505, 769-1505, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
All right, if you want to jump in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, do so at 877-377-6963. Charlie in Camden has called in. He's got some thoughts on this Arkansas basketball team heading into their final regular season game. What's up, Charlie?
What's up? And I have obviously called in at the wrong time because I was getting a chuckle. I was definitely chuckling at what you guys just talked about.
That was not the intent of what the statement was, but everyone took it the wrong way.
Yeah, it's your words.
Yeah, Tommy, Tommy, this is the thing. I know he talked about DK. You can never trade Ty, okay? He's not up for any sort of trade. You can't let him go. Okay.
Well, Charlie, to have a trade, you got to have another interested party. So I mean, if we're going to trade him off to another show here on the station, I got to have someone willing to take him. So.
Kind of like Aaron Rodgers right now. No one wants me. I released myself from the obligations and duties.
You're not as weird as Aaron Rodgers, though.
No, you'd be surprised.
No, yeah, I was going to say, Ty, are you going to go do that? What is that Kumbaya? What kind of mess is that?
You want to live in a cave for a week?
I will give I was talking to my uncle about this. He does a 48-hour fast where the only thing he does is water and stuff, and it's a spiritual thing. He does that, but Rodgers does some like wanky off the wall. You know what? Like that just doesn't sound appealing.
Did he live in a dark room for several days?
A darkness retreat combined with ayahuasca.
Yeah, it's weird.
No phone either. No contact with anybody. I don't think so. That's the way it goes. But hey, guys, Ty, you remember when I called in here right before the Auburn game and you gave me a whole butt chewing and but I did tell you, and you're right, they didn't beat Auburn, but I did tell you they were going to finish 3-2. Now 3-1 is what they are, and so I think they will finish 4-1 now. Wow. I hope I didn't jinx them, but the thing is, it's that once they take care of business against Mississippi State, they're going to make the tournament, and I like our chances. Look, it sucks. I think the whole Thiero thing, I want to throw this out there. Tommy, I want to see what you think. And I've mentioned this on a few of the other shows, but I think a lot of why Brazil has played better, and he's played better the last 2 out of 3 games. He played well against Missouri at home, too. I think the other day we obviously saw him get up on the putback, and was his head above the rim, the number and the Razorbacks on his chest was up by the rim. I was like, okay, yeah, that TB ain't hurt. This is all in his head. So it's been mental the whole time, in my opinion, and he could get testy with the reporters all he wants. But my point is you think, okay, no more Thiero, now I can just go play. You think that may be why TB is looking a little bit more comfortable. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Charlie.
Charlie, thanks for the question. I could grab one of these basketballs and go down here on the floor at the Great American Conference Tournament, and I can try all I want, but I'm not going to be able to dunk it. So it's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't. With TB, the frustrating thing for me, Charlie, is there's no can't. Sometimes you can or you can't. And then it's will you or won't you. And that's where it's frustrating for me because, Ty, there's no can't problem. There's not much he can't do in basketball. And I know matchups shut down things on occasion, but, will he or won't he? And, I don't know if it's effort. I don't know. I don't think it's confidence, just watching from the outside. But you don't think it's a can't problem, do you?
No,
it's a will you or won't you
deal.
Yeah,
you act like a pup when you're a dog. And some guys are a little more passive. Some guys are not as, locked in as they need to be. And Trev has all of it. And I think the point he made about Thiero there is, there's no I'm going to get taken out if I screw up. So,
playing a little more free.
Yeah, the team's not better without a do, but from Trevin's standpoint, I don't know this to be factual. He's thinking I don't get yanked in that situation. I also think
I'd agree with that.
So if you listen, and I don't know if we still have that clip, Cal talked about Trev, and it was like, that's who the hell you are. And then Razorback basketball, smartly, their social media team put out just a montage of Trev stuff. And so, like, he's not off social media. He's not doing that Rodgers thing. Like, he sees that. He's getting a little self-promotion. So maybe that'll, in addition to him actually playing well, that'll give him some confidence as well. And that is if Arkansas has a chance to beat Mississippi State or do anything beyond Nashville, you're going to need a fully you're going to need a sophomore? Yeah, you're going to need the sophomore Trevin Brazile pre-ACL. I know that's a long time ago. Last year, injuries kind of derailed. He just didn't have a great season. This year, I know confidence has been a theme. But, pre-injury, sophomore Trevin Brazile at Arkansas was electric. Then he tears his ACL. So if he can do anything like that, I know that's going to be encouraging for John Calipari and this basketball team. And Cal kind of talked about the Vandy win after the game, and here's what he said just from the standpoint of what it did for his team.
Vandy, obviously, a pretty good seed in the NCAA tournament. They've gone in this league and done some unbelievable stuff. We needed to win a game, and we did.
And now you got another chance against a ranked opponent this Saturday, and then we'll see who you get matched up. Looking like LSU or South Carolina. It's going to be your opponent in Nashville next week, just depending on what Vanderbilt does against Georgia and then also what Arkansas does against Mississippi State this weekend.
All right, that should be interesting. I was looking here on the Bet Saracen app real quick. Lines will be out probably tomorrow, and we'll look at those. But, Arkansas, I feel like they'll be, a 3-point favorite at home, somewhere in that. What would you guess for the Mississippi State?
That sounds about right.
Game?
I would guess that they are a favorite. That sounds about right. And you asked the question earlier. It's like, what does the crowd look like? This is your last chance this Saturday. See them in Bud Walton Arena. Yeah. I think that it's an 11 o'clock game. If you can get up early and head back to any part of Arkansas, get there. If you're living in Oklahoma or Missouri or Dallas or wherever you're listening this morning on the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell, you can go to the game and come back. Yeah. And I think that's appealing. I know some people don't like early football games, and I get that, but I think basketball is a little different. I think this Saturday
tailgating aspect.
Yeah, I think it's appealing for fans.
All right, so if you don't have the Bet Saracen app, be sure and download that. There's a slew of college basketball on there right now. UA Little Rock, they take on UT Martin, and the Skyhawks in the OBC tournament is coming up. All these postseason conference tournaments for some of them are this week. UA Little Rock is a 6-point favorite in that one.
I brought up Aaron Rodgers. You see that Max Crosby, who just signed for over $100 million, is wanting him to join the Raiders. I think he's either 41 or he's about to be 41. So highest paid defensive end ever in the history of the National Football League. 3 years, $165 million. Now wants Aaron Rodgers to join him out in Las Vegas.
Well, but, as long as they're going to pay that kind of money, I'd play as long as the old body would let me. But, and particularly when the rules have set it up where quarterbacks don't get hit quite the way they did back in the day. So, hey, a quick word for Gaston's White River Resort. Springtime weather, I know kind of been up and down a little bit. The forecast is schizophrenic, to say the least, but spring is coming. And in fact, daylight savings time, Ty, by the way, don't forget, move your clocks. Spring ahead this weekend means a little more daylight at the end of the day. So, it's a great time to make some reservations. Get to Gaston's White River Resort. Take the family. Spring break coming up, or maybe a summer trip. I'd plan something around Memorial Day weekend before it gets real hot, and kids will just be getting out of school, ready to do anything different. And Gaston's has got something special for you. They got 80 cabins and lodges, so whether it's you and a buddy going or you and the wife going, and you just need room for 2, they can do that. Or if you got a crew going, you need to sleep 4 or 6 or maybe even as many as 20, they can accommodate that as well. 870-431-5202 is the number, 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Make sure you're subscribed to the Hit That Line Podcast Network. If you do, the podcast will automatically download to your phone. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Newt's. Sponsored by two of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Looking for a way to get your favorite blowers from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
And I got to figure out, excuse my French.
This is the Morning Rush. Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Wes, how many people can a large piece?
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC, BetOnline continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every three-pointer to hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline. The game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561. Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell.
It's back, the Ultimate Challenge at Lewis Automotive, and it's bigger than ever. We're
on a mission to sell 555 vehicles in the month of March, no matter what it takes. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, more than $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back. All month long, get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models.
Payments start at $199 a month.
Find the ultimate selection, the ultimate discounts, the ultimate financing, and the ultimate amount for your trade. Only at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence.
Live here at the Great American Conference Tournament Championship coming up on Sunday. Tom, we should probably go over games on today. We've got the bracket here in front of us right now for the setup and everything else. And the good thing is you got games, again, really these next few days.
Yeah, 2 sessions here at the Great American Conference Tournament, Southside High School in Fort Smith. If you want to come in and watch some good basketball, it's $12 for a session. It includes a women's and a men's game. At noon today, the Harding women will take on Southern Arkansas. Then at 2:15, the Ouachita Baptist men will play Northwestern Oklahoma State. So that is the early session. Tonight, the evening session begins at 5:45 with Southern Nazarene playing East Central on the ladies' side. And in the men's bracket this evening at 8 o'clock will be Southern Nazarene and Arkansas Tech. So they'll have all the brackets and everything you want right here. Brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. If you are needing high-quality, top-quality aggregates for your project, ready-mix concrete, asphalt, or anything for your driveways, sidewalks, foundation, they are the place. 479-587-3300. No scale of projects too big or small for them. Whether it's a residential project or a large-scale commercial job, APAC has you covered. No job's too big or too small. Can't say that enough. So if you need expert advice, they are there for you as well. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Colton, last thing here on our show today. Did you see Adrian Wojnarowski ended up saving or making the St. Bonaventure program $17,000? Tommy, I don't know if you saw this. He sold, when he was covering the NBA for ESPN, he sold a lot of his devices, credentials, cell phones, and various other things, including an iPhone that he got sold for $5,000. This is just a long-time ESPN reporter for NBA, and he's trying to make the Bonnies some NIL, and he made over $17,000 doing all this, just selling old stuff.
Wasn't that company property? That wasn't company property?
Might be right. I just thought that was interesting. All right, that's gonna do it for us here on this Thursday of the Morning Rush. Really appreciate the Great American Conference and Fort Smith Public Schools having us out here. We're going to be back here tomorrow, same time, 9 to 11 a.m., and you've got games today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, like Tommy was talking about in the bracket. So for Tommy Kraft and Colton Little, I'm Ty Richardson. Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones coming up next here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com and Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at